Hey folks, Bill Armstrong here. Welcome to Math 1700 Trigonometry Online. Just going to run through some stuff that I put here at the Blackboard site. Blackboard will not be used for course content delivery. I've just put some important documents here at Blackboard. So everything's going to be under the tab over here, Syllabus and Schedule. So let me click on that. And I have 5 documents in here right now. 5 different PDFs. The first one is course syllabus. We're going to go over some of this stuff. And it looks like there's something important here in the course syllabus. So let me just open the PDF. I do strongly encourage you to print this out and have a copy on hand. Let's see. The first thing I want to highlight here is my email address. You see my email address that's listed there. That's the email address you have to use to send me an email. I'm mentioning this, and I'll probably mention it more than once because sometimes people just use the wrong email address. You know, they just type WA into the address part, and they just click on whatever pops up, and it's not me. So this is the email address you have to use to send me an email. I will respond to email. If you send me an email and more than 24 hours has passed and I have not replied to it, that means you've used the wrong email address. All right, my office is located at B3056, and you know, I'm only in my office 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday from 9:30 to 10. So those are office hours on campus. The rest of my office hours are done virtually. Monday, 12:30 to 3, I have virtual office hours. Tuesday from 10 to noon and 12:30 to 2:30, I have virtual office hours. And on Wednesday from 12:30 to 3, I have virtual office hours. There's the URL to come to my virtual office. It's pretty simple. Type it into your browser, and you know, it'll take you right to my virtual office. Now, chances are when you come to my virtual office, it's going to put you into what's called my quote waiting room. Just wait. You know, you might have to wait, a couple of minutes or whatever before I admit you into my office, especially if I have another student in my office, in my virtual office. I will not admit you into my virtual office until, I am done with that student. So just be patient. Just, wait. You can see the prerequisite redemption code for the content. It's a digital ed, and I'll be doing a video for that here in a moment. But that's where the course content is located. The e-text, all the videos that are embedded in the e-text, all the exercises. It's also where you're going to take your quizzes and your tests. You should have a graphing calculator for the class. Let's talk about grading. Your grade's going to be based on a total of 600 points. And, we're going to do a brief rundown of this. There will be 3 tests. Each test is worth 120 points. Now, it's the policy of the Lakeland Mathematics Department that all tests must be proctored. So in light of this, all tests will be online and they will have a time limit. Tests can be completed any day that the test is open, up to and including the deadline dates shown on the academic calendar. And we'll go over the academic calendar here in a moment. Test questions will be very similar to what you see on your online quizzes. And it's going to be very similar to what you see in the end of section exercises. Table 1 shows you the 3 tests, the sections that will be on, the 3 tests, as well as the final exam. Some quick notes. Tests will be conducted at the Mobius site. Once available, they will appear in the test area. Notes, text, websites, formula cards, cheat sheets, etc. Those are all prohibited during the tests. Dates for when each test is open and is available. We'll look at that on the academic calendar. You can use calculators on the tests. Online quizzes and testing policies. Please read carefully. I'll let you read through those on your own. Online quizzes. There will be weekly online quizzes that obviously are completed online at the Mobius site. Those quizzes will be in the quiz area. And quizzes will account for 120 total points. Now, some notes on the quizzes. Each online quiz is due on the Sunday it's assigned. Its deadline is basically 11:55. Each online quiz must be completed in one session. So if you open an online quiz, say Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m., and at 2:30 you decide you want to run out and get something to eat, you can't log off that quiz and then come back and pick up where you left off. You have to complete it in one session. Each online quiz can be repeated up to 2 times maximum. I have a typo there. That should say 2 times maximum. So you got to change that. That should say 2, not 3. So 2 times maximum. And the final component that will determine the final grade you earn is the final exam, and it's worth 120 points. So you can see the point distribution. 3 tests. Each test is 120 points. You'll have 12 quizzes at 10 points each, and the final exam is 120 points. So that shows you the total 600 points, and it's listed there in Table 2. In Table 3, that's the grading scale that I use to determine the final grade that you will earn in the class. When it comes to assigning course grades, I'll let you read through that on your own. Academic misconduct, you can read on your own. General course tips. Let me highlight one more time. End of section exercises are not collected. You will do the end of section exercises so you can learn the material, and that will prepare you for the online quizzes and the tests. You will see problems on the online quizzes and the tests similar to these end of section exercises. Keep up with the material, folks, and the associated end of section exercises. Don't let it build up. Don't wait until Sunday at 5 in the afternoon to do all of the sections for any given week. Do work during the week. If you have a question about trigonometry, send me an email. Again, there's my email address. That's the address you need to use so I can get your email, so I can receive it. Learning the course material. I kind of have this 6-step cycle of learning for trigonometry. This is, the first step, if you will, is you'll log into the Mobius site. You're going to go to the assigned chapter and section. You're going to read the e-text for the assigned section and focus on the objectives covered in the section. And those objectives are highlighted in the end of section exercise document. Step 2, while you're reading the assigned section of the e-text, each objective has a screencast video made by me. You can watch that, which discusses the objective. So you could read the objective, and you could watch a screencast video that discusses the objective. Watching these screencasts, they can help in understanding the objective that you are reading. Step 3, almost every objective in any section has an example. Many times these examples will have a link to a video showing a worked out solution. And these videos are made by me for the example or for part of the example. So in these examples, if there is a video solution, the answer will be given, and you could try to get the answer on your own for the example. And if you can't, there's a video of me at my chalkboard working through the example, working through the solution. Step 4, after you've done an example or after you've seen an example, there will be a small block of what are called quick check exercises, usually around 4 quick check exercises. When present, these quick check exercises allow you to practice the concepts and skills that were just presented in the objective and the example. And at least half of the quick check exercises will have a screencast video solution if you're unable to get the correct answer. And those screencast video solutions are made by the co-author of the e-text. Once you make it all the way through the section, following what I just laid out, we come to step 5. You're at the end of section exercises. Do the end of section exercises. Again, these exercises do not count for a grade directly, but they reinforce the ideas and concepts presented in the section. And in turn, that helps prepare you for the quizzes and tests. And then finally, step 6, after you complete the sections for a week, go to the quiz tab or the quiz unit and complete the weekly quiz. The quizzes do count for a grade. And acknowledgement of the syllabus. Looks like that's something pretty important there. But, okay, that's it for your syllabus. Again, print it out, have a hard copy on hand. The next document, the next PDF, is your academic calendar. Again, you should print this out and have a hard copy on hand because it shows section coverage on a week-by-week basis as well as deadlines. So you can see week 1, the sections covered are 1-1 and 1-2, and the deadline to complete quiz 1 is 11:55 p.m. on Sunday, January 24th. Shows you when a test will open. So test 1 opens on Friday, February 12th, and then the deadline to complete test 1 is Sunday, February 14th. So it shows all the deadlines. Scrolling to the end of the semester here because I wanted to highlight. Your final exam will open on Monday, May 3rd, and the deadline to complete the final exam will be Thursday, May 6th. And I also have on this document, again, each quiz, what sections are covered on each quiz, as well as each test and the final, what sections are covered for each test and the final exam. I know you've already seen this information in the syllabus, but I have it listed here again. So that's your academic calendar. So let me close that. Again, make sure you print that out. End of section exercise list. All right, so here's a PDF. Let me open it. Yeah, you should print this out. It shows section by section the end of section exercises that I think you need to practice to master the concepts and ideas in the section. Again, you don't submit these. And the answers for these exercises are, they're going to be found in the e-text answers document, which will be at the Mobius site, which I will highlight when I do my screencast for the Mobius site. So, for example, this document here that you should print out shows that for section 3.6, the objectives covered are objectives 1 through 3. And then the end of section exercises you should do are listed as 1 through 7 odd, 11 through 17 odd, and number 25. So that's it for the list of section exercises. Again, print that out, have a hard copy on hand. The protocol for sending email. Let's check that out. Sending email for an online course or even a traditional face-to-face course, it's different than sending ordinary conversational email. I have some tips here on using email. You can apply these tips to any course, online or traditional face-to-face. Before I even get started on this, folks, you should check your Lakeland email at least once a day. This is how professors will communicate with you. Not just online professors, but the traditional face-to-face class professors. We communicate via email. So you should get into the habit of checking your email, your Lakeland email, at least once a day. So the first thing I've listed is my email address. So I think that's like the third time I've highlighted that. You have to use the correct email address. The second thing I have here is to use your Lakeland email account. Please use your Lakeland email account, not a personal email account. The reason why is, when I look at my email, I'm in my inbox, and I see a Lakeland email account. I know I'm getting an email from a Lakeland student. If it's from a personal email account, well, one, the Lakeland system may treat it as spam, and I never receive it. So please use your Lakeland email account. In the subject area, just put Math 1700 online. Number 4, just start off with a short sentence, just identifying yourself, such as, I am June Johnson and I'm a student in your Math 1700, Trig online course. That just helps save me a little bit of time. Without that identification, then I have to spend time trying to figure out who you are, what class you're in. So I would just appreciate identifying yourself. Number 5, allow time for a reply. Folks, I respond to email. I respond to email each day. You will receive a response within 24 hours. I mean, if you send a message late at night or on a weekend, you might not get that, immediate response, but you will get one on the next day at the latest. I generally check email several times a day. You might send me an email while I'm checking email, and I respond within 2 minutes. I respond to email. So sending multiple repeated messages will not help. And again, make sure you use the correct email address. Be cognizant of your writing tone. Use complete words and sentences. State your question clearly and completely. And I gave an example here. Then you can read through the tips for entering email or mathematics in an email. But this is a document to print out and have a hard copy on hand. And the final thing I'm going to look at here is your online orientation. It's the one thing I'm saying you don't have to print out and have a hard copy on hand. Notice it starts off by saying documents to have in hand. So print out the course syllabus, print out the academic calendar, print out the end of section exercises, and print out the protocol for sending email. Up-to-date class information will be posted weekly in the weekly announcements. And it says I will email to you. Now, what I will do in the weekly announcements, I'll actually put the weekly announcements in the announcement area at Blackboard. And I believe Blackboard will automatically send to you a notification that I've posted an announcement. In my weekly announcements, you will see reminders on weekly section coverage, homework problems to do, reminders of due dates, course tips, notification of test scores, and anything else that might pop up. Announcements will be, notification that an announcement has been posted will be sent to you on Sunday morning. I always post the weekly announcements on Sunday morning for the subsequent week. So for the week that will begin the next day on Monday. So how do you get help in the course? You have a trigonometry question, you need help with some trig. Probably the easiest way to go about it at first is to send me an email. And look, another time I am mentioning what my email address is. That's like the 4th time I think I've mentioned it. You could also contact the tutoring center. You can get a personal appointment with a tutor at no cost. I believe tutoring is still in the age of COVID. It's still handled virtually or remotely, but you can still get tutoring remotely. I mentioned here about the tests. We already know there are 3 tests and a final exam. So you can read through that. Let's see. Oh, during the week of an exam, let me highlight that. A test preparation tab will be available here at the course Blackboard website. The preparation tab, it should adequately help prepare you for the test. And I will always let you know when a test preparation tab is available. And then, online quizzes. So that's it for the orientation document. So one more time, you should print out the protocol for sending email, print out the end of section exercise list, print out the academic calendar, and print out the course syllabus. I don't know what more to say about that. I think I've highlighted that at least 3 times. So one more thing. Let me come over here to the announcements for the class. This is where I would put the weekly announcements. So again, I will put a weekly announcement here. Blackboard is supposed to automatically email you a notification saying an announcement's been posted. And so you would come and read the weekly announcement. So that's it. That's it for this screencast. Thanks for watching.